Hey everybody, it's time to swank your sway. Presentation is everything, and this video will show you some ways to add polish and use some of the features available to you on Sway. Things that you can do when you're using your Sway is to add a title page that provides oomph and sass. Let's take a look at this one. This is a title page for a project on the French Revolution and tying that revolution to other revolutions and civil rights movements throughout time. So you'll notice the title page has an image behind it that offers that connection. Here's how you can do this. In the edit feature or view of my Sway. So at this point, I have this first card. I can choose to emphasize certain words, like so that when I play over here, I can see that those words are highlighted or emphasized. And if I want to edit again, I can go back to the details of this image. I can add a caption. I can add information about, for example, if I wanted to cite the image, that would be a great place to add that citation. And then I can add whatever text I want in the card. Let's take a look at how that works. I'm in my edit screen, and now I can edit the image. I can click on the card to highlight it. I can click in details, and then I can add a logo. I don't have a logo. If I did, that's where I would add it. I can caption my image. So portrayal, or let's say I want to cite it. So I could say Robert's Cindy photograph of a willow, whatever my citation might be. So there I have it. And then I can add a title. In this case, it's Swank Your Sway, or I could add any kind of title that I want. Mrs. Hall's fancy footwork. Very nice. Generally, what I want to do, though, is to ensure that whatever image I choose supports the title and the content of the sway. Let's take a look at how an overall sway might look. Here's an example of a student's work on Frankenstein. Here's their title slide. You can see that the image behind the slide supports their work on Frankenstein. Also notice, though, that there's a text slide following the image slide, and then beyond that is another image with more text, and then a call-out statement. What I emphasize as we reflect back on what you've just seen is that you have a combination of image and text, and these images and text alternate. This creates visual appeal. And then notice how color, font size also contribute to centering the viewer on the central thematic content of the sway. Here's another example of what these creators have done. What you're looking at are actually 3 stacked sets of slides, and they're stacked according to the text, which separates itself as Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. So when the viewer clicks on Volume 1, the stacks flip. So I have a summary, some information, and the students are able to offer their analysis for each of the different parts of the text. So this is a really nice way to organize information in this way. It's also possible to make the stacks large so that you can, have a nice presentation. And finally, these creators added images so that as they talked through their slideshow, they could explain how the images were relevant to their central thematic content. You can add some of those features. First of all, we've talked about the title slide. Your title slide should include your name, your project title, and perhaps an image that supports your central purpose. Here's an example. This is the title slide in two parts. First, we have the image that supports the content and the title, and then next we have the name of the creator, the course that it's created for, and the due date. Here's an example. Some things that will swank your sway include alternating text with images. That's something we just talked about. How do we add images, background images, and call-out images to our sway? Let's take a look at what one of that might look like. Here's a background image on top of a title slide versus an image with a caption. That sway is that you can just kind of press buttons until what you want to happen happens. So here's my first slide. I can add my title here. Oops. Here is an example. I can accent parts of my title. I can add a link. I can also create a background image. This is kind of nice. If I select background image, I'll get all these suggestions, and I can search suggestions, but I can also click on this caret and go to my device. Going to my device, we'll put a little bear claw in there. How's that sound? Will allow me to create an image of my own and add an image of my own. Using the emphasize feature or the accents feature, as I've just shown to you, can make your purpose clear. There are other features that you can use. Let's take a look. Focus point allows me to choose a place in the image that I want the reader's eye to go to. So I don't want the entire image to be equally important. I want the little B to be the most important. So I'm going to reset the image. And this image isn't that large, so it's not going to zoom in on any particular aspect of it. But if you have a larger image, or if what you're looking at in the image has a piece that's important, that's a nice little feature to be able to use, this focus point feature. I can also, if I'm adding an image, I can also add media. I can group my images to my text, my slides together. I could have a heading slide, a text slide, an image slide, and also a stack or an upload. One of the things that I mentioned is that stacking slides helps you to organize material and to show connections. So if we take a look back here, stacking slides will give you this little green box that shows you that everything you add here is going to be part of that stack. So that when you're looking at the images in a stack like this, suddenly those images have connected content. Think about how your content works together. Your sways will become more rich, they'll become more interesting, and they'll become a way for you to showcase what learning you've experienced over the unit. So have fun and have fun.